Folks, there's still time to submit a question using the chat window. To see that chat window, you need to press the Launch Full Experience button and select the Q&A tab to type your question. And we do have an attendee question here, and it's to Carl. Will Carl be giving his thoughts on the length of the applicable loss period, as well as in valuing BI losses, whether physical damage is triggered or within civil authority scope, etc.? What do you think, Carl?
Well, I mean, it's going to be, the loss period is going to be dependent on specific facts and circumstances, with the exception of the certain policies actually having limitations, right? And one I just spoke about was, on civil authority, often they're limited to, to weeks rather than months. But, in general, and again, the issue here is, we've had things like fires, and that take 6 months to a year sometimes to rebuild a property or something like that. Hurricane damage might take something similar or longer, but this once in a century pandemic where we have lockdowns for months and months and months on end, or at least business losses for months and months and months on end, is something we haven't seen before. So some of this will remain to be seen in terms of when businesses might return to what we call normal operations, those sorts of things, or just where the damage has been remedied, and again, the damage being just the presence, in this case, the worldwide presence of COVID. And what does that mean, that there's no longer damage to property? We don't really know the answers to all that yet. So I think, long story short, and answering the question is, it probably will remain to be seen as to how long some of these period of rest or loss periods can be considered.
Thank you for that response. Would anybody like to weigh in on that if they have any thoughts on that? Because
this has been, I just wanted to agree with that, and obviously the key consideration being that civil authority coverage will often be more limited than other types of time element coverage, which would typically go until the business operations are restored. You might be limited to a far shorter period.